And if you guys can see this, yep, there's actually a storm drain right here. No, we didn't. We don't know the owner. You?
Yeah, he's an asshole. No, pues esta es mi propiedad y si yo no les di permiso no tienen por qué venir aquí.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Daniel and I cut some of the worst overgrown yards with my dad Martin. We do it for free to help people in need, elderlies, or sometimes a whole community, just like in today's video. We drove by this property and were in complete shock. The sidewalk was completely buried, hidden under thousands of pounds of dirt. It was a huge eyesore for the neighbors, so we knew we had to do something. We got our shovels and got straight to work. It sure was a challenge trying to bring the sidewalk back to life. It was definitely the biggest sidewalk reveal that we have ever done, and it sure was backbreaking. In the middle of working on this property, neighbors started to come out, telling us how the homeowner is really known around here, but not in good ways. They talked about how some of his trees have fallen down on their property, damaging it, and the homeowner doesn't want to take responsibility at all. We continued working to at least get it looking good for this area, and just as we were making good progress, he showed up and things went south very quick. So it sure was a crazy one, definitely one you do not want to miss because we got everything on camera. But anyway, to close out this intro, I want to thank you for being here. Watching the video already helps us out a ton. We are truly blessed and we love every single one of you. And if you want to take that extra step, just subscribe to the channel today. Join us as we transform 1 yard at a time. Well, we definitely have our work cut out for us today. We have a whole sidewalk to bring back to life. Right here and right here as well. And we also have a curb on this side completely buried in dirt. And if you guys can see this, yep, there's actually a storm drain right here, almost completely hidden from the overgrowth and dirt. So this is definitely going to be a lot of shovel work, but that only means that it's going to be super fun. So let's go ahead and get straight into it.
This is definitely one of our biggest shoveling jobs.
All right, we're now going to let this dry up and let the birds have their little feast. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and move on to this side over here. Alright, so we've got this section all nice and cleaned up. The edge is all the way to the edge of the sidewalk. But over here, you can see it starts to curve inwards. It's because this side over here, we haven't found the edge. It's just really cracked and we just haven't found it. So let's go ahead and try to find it right now and get this whole sidewalk edged up nicely. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right, so we were just attempting to uncover the sidewalk right here, but we realized it's honestly way too broken to uncover. You can see it's just rocks pretty much. So yeah, there's like no saving this sidewalk. But we did uncover all this already. This is just too far gone. And we just realized the sidewalk does end somewhere here because the neighbor does not have a sidewalk, as you can see. So we're done with the sidewalk on this one. We're just going to knock everything down now. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so we actually just ran into one more thing. There's actually sitting water right here, as you all can see. It's super wet, all right here. So what we're thinking is we're just gonna call it for today and come back tomorrow just to let it dry some. This yard is really giving us problems, but it sure is a good one. The transformation is going to be well worth it. So tomorrow we're gonna come back and finish everything up right here. The inside, super overgrown, especially over here. It's waist high in this area. This stuff is no joke. Our mower is gonna have a great time dealing with this tomorrow. So we can't wait to see how it does. And we overall just can't wait to see the final results. I know you all can't either. So we'll see you all tomorrow. All right, everyone, we are back. It's a nice, peaceful morning. As you all can see, it's super quiet out here, but we're ready to work. So as you all can see right here, it did dry up somewhat, but it is still pretty wet. There's still water right here. So what we're going to do is just hit this whole section with the weed eater and then slowly make our way into the inside part. So let's go ahead and get started on this section right here. How's it going?
What are y'all doing?
We're doing a transformation video right here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're just getting it for free.
Oh, okay, y'all one of those guys. I see you
On YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, did you get a hold of the owner?
No, we didn't. We don't know the owner. Do you?
Yeah, man, he's an asshole. He's a slumlord. He won't pay guys to do this stuff.
You wouldn't pay?
Yeah. He I could tell he's a bad dude, man.
Really?
Yeah, he is. This guy lived here. He was rented to this guy right here, and he went without a hot water heater for like a whole year. He wouldn't fix up the way the house looks now. That's the way it looked when those people were living.
He let tenants stay there like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
He wouldn't clean it up or nothing.
It looks like he doesn't deserve the transformation.
That's what I was gonna say, man. He's an asshole. This fence right here, he had a tree on his side of the yard, and it fell over when we had that last storm. See how my fence that pulled up right here and it's bent? The roots took this fence blade over. And I was telling him for years, man, you gotta cut that tree down because it's rotted in the bottom. He said, no, that's your tree. He said, but no, it's on your side of the yard, man. And anyway, he didn't pay for nothing. Even the guy that's making the back. You see how the fence is? A tree fell on that side. He said he wouldn't fix it. propiedad?
No, nadie, nosotros, nomás para ayudar, ¿no?
No, pues esta es mi propiedad y si yo no les di permiso no tienen por qué venir aquí. Así que les voy a pedir que se me salgan de aquí luego ya, vámonos.
¿Quieres que esté de acá, no?
No, yo lo voy a cortar ahorita. Sálganse, pero ya, vámonos.
Ah, está bueno. Ahí, disculpa.
Vale, vámonos para afuera.
Well, you guys are seeing this firsthand as well. The neighbor was not wrong about this property owner. He said he's gonna go ahead and cut it himself, so I guess let's just pack up and go. Well, here is what we got done in about 6 hours. The 6 hours we got to work. The homeowner told us to leave, but this is what we got done. We got the sidewalk uncovered, which was probably the most important part. It looked like it hadn't been seen in years. You all saw it was pretty much halfway covered. The owner said he's gonna go ahead and cut the yard himself, so I guess take a look at him. We'll just leave him to it. I'm gonna try to get some before and after pictures over here, so I'll give you guys something to see for before and after. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel today, and we'll see you all on the next one.